Hallo ihr Lieben, die DFM ist unterwegs und wir sind hier mit Jenny Strebe beim Destination Education in Punta Cana immer noch und wir stellen jetzt mal ein paar interessante Fragen zu YouTube. So Jenny, hello and very warm welcome. So may you just introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name is Jenny Strebe. I'm with the brand The Confessions of a Hairstylist. I'm an educator and a social media guru.
Yeah, you started very successful on YouTube, but how came the idea to do a YouTube channel? Was it just overnight, so yeah, let's do a YouTube channel, or was it a process?
It was definitely a process. So I launched my YouTube after I actually launched a hair blog. So I started a hair blog about 6 years ago when blogging was very popular. And then I was doing these quick little hair tutorials with just my MacBook. And then I realized that YouTube was trending back then. So I've been doing YouTube for a very long time. So when I realized that people were actually doing like live videos, I decided to jump on YouTube too. So it was just kind of being aware and the process of it all, really.
Okay, pretty cool. And how long does it take to do a YouTube video? Do you schedule like, okay, on June we have this, this, and this? Or is it just like 5 minutes, okay, I do a little tutorial?
Oh man, I wish it was just 5 minutes. No, so this is a little hair confession. So I actually schedule them out once every month or once every 2 months, and I film like 8 tutorials in one day. So I do a lot. I bring different outfits. I pretend it's a different day and change my parting, my lipstick, and yeah, because I don't have a lot of time, but if I can nail down those videos. But to do one video, it probably takes me about 30-40 minutes, but I do a lot of them in one day.
Okay, pretty cool. And you're specialized in braids and bridal stuff, so was it always what you wanted to do? Like when you were a child, you were braids on your dolls, or how did
Actually, braids were my weakness. I hated braids, and I felt like, because I'm actually a cutting specialist, that's actually my strongest point of hairdressing is hair cutting. So one day I noticed, and this was when I was hair blogging, I noticed that braids were very popular, and my fans were asking me to do braids, and I was like, shoot, I don't know how to braid. I got a mannequin, I just started braiding around, fooling around and braiding, and I nailed the 5-strand braid. So after I got the 5-strand braid, which is really difficult, then it almost like trained my fingers, my dexterity to be able to braid. But it was actually my weakness that I have turned into my strength.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
And do you think it's important to specialize for a hairdresser to be successful on social media? Like we have Amber with her balayage, or you with the braids, or Larissa Love with the crazy colors. Is it important to do just one thing and do it perfect, or is it also important to have a wide range of hairstyles?
You know, that's a good question. I think it's actually good to be focused on one thing. Even though I know how to cut and color, you don't see a lot of that work on my Instagram. I feel like really honing into one area will really make you a person to go to for balayage or vivid hair coloring. So I do think it's important. If you want to build a social media presence in the sense of an influencer or a public figure, if you're wanting to build like a clientele, I think you should definitely show a wide variety. So I think it's really figuring out your intention to utilize social media.
So you're from the US, and we know that all the trends come from the US. So can you tell us what are the new trends for 2018 in summer for braids? Is it still like romantic, or we saw these boxy braids? So what's coming next?
Well, I definitely think that as far as braids go, you're definitely going to see a lot more pulled out braids that we have been seeing, but they're a little bit more intricate. So the infinity braid is very popular. So we'll start seeing, like people were doing cornrows, right? But we'll start seeing those cornrows done with an infinity or a 4 or 5-strand braid. So utilizing similar patterns, but just different types of braids. But we're seeing almost the more lived in, the more like rocker chic, the better. So more grungy, the better.
Okay, pretty cool. And where do you get your inspiration from? Is it like from nature? Because a braid, yeah, it's like a braid. So do you just go out and see, oh, that's a nice texture, maybe I can do it in a braid?
That's a good question. I get a lot of my inspiration from different things. I feel like I consider myself as an artist. you need to look outside of hair, especially someone like me, because I have to constantly come up with new techniques. So I actually look into a lot of knots, like sailor knots, or my daughter actually has this like bracelet making machine. So I've been actually learning the patterns to make bracelets and trying to incorporate those into my braids. So I look at nature somewhat, but I think it's just things in general, like ropes and different textures.
Now, do you have 3 tips for hairdressers who want to start a YouTube channel? Maybe they're already a little successful on Instagram, now they want to start YouTube. So 3 ultimate tips from the queen of YouTube.
Okay, tips for YouTube. Put out content. First of all, be consistent with just putting out content, and really I don't want anyone to completely do what I'm doing. They need to, if they want to stand out, they need to be true to themselves and their identity. Like stand out, do different type of techniques. So I definitely would say build your content. Don't be afraid to stand out. Do different things. Do weird things. Definitely show some personality. You know, maybe not, if you're trying to cater to hairstylists, I definitely would be more on the professional side of it. So it depends on who you want to cater to. And then I would say consistency. Like you need to get on there all the time. Like your fans want you to constantly be putting out your videos. So.
Okay, perfect. So we're done. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Yay.